Yeah, who I am, I don't know anymore. I'm a new David.
Welcome back, guys. For those of you who have been following along and following David's journey, we have today a very special announcement. David has made it to 6 months plus on the Ancestral protocol, so I thought it would be a great opportunity to ask him a few questions and catch the update if you guys are interested. So let's get right into it. So thank you so much for being here, David. I
Thank
am
you.
super proud of you, and I am super excited to share your story and share your journey with everyone who's been watching, has been following along so far. So first, if you could please let us know a little bit about your back history. So before you got onto the Ancestral protocol, if you could explain to everybody where you were at, what were you feeling, what were you eating, and just kind of guide us a little bit to what you were going through before starting.
Yeah, so I always have a solid stomach, very solid. I can eat anything. I'm never sick, never. So I eat anything, and I was a lot into the carbs and very little into the meat, chicken, fish sometimes. But I was not worried about my health. I noticed that I was gaining weight, but I took it because I don't exercise at all. And sitting in my chair all day, or in my motorbike, or in a chair, basically, I thought that the overweight was due to a lot of carbs, a lot of greasy food, and no exercise. And I have no idea what was going on actually in the body. Okay. Also, with the age, they make you believe that when you approach 50, 60, it's normal to be a little bit rounded. And so you accept it in your subconscious, and you act accordingly to the fake belief that has been putting in you, you know. And I heard about this ancestral diet a year ago, a bit more, with Danny and Petra, and I was always like kind of skeptical. And I remember the first visit in their house, and I saw all this meat, and I said, "What? To eat only meat? What is that? It's not normal. It's crazy." I couldn't understand. It was like so new for me, and but little by little, I had more information. I informed myself. I watched some YouTubes on the subject, and I follow big channels. And when it hits me with Joe Rogan and Peterson, what is his name? Jordan Peterson. Yeah.
Yes.
And after what they said, I said, "Well, this guy, they're not talking bullshit. So you should listen." And then I had a great invitation from Danny and Petra that I could not refuse. To try on this condition was the best. But before that, a year ago and plus a year ago, I was like kind of depressed and sad, no energy, and I didn't know what to do with my life and stuff. I was letting me living like this.
Were you aware that the food was causing the issues that you were
No,
experiencing with your mental health and those? Were you aware at all?
I was not putting the food into the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I remember many times talking with you when you said that you were unhappy, and I remember saying, "Did you change your diet yet?"
Ah, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. I say yes, no, but I was changing diets in a way that it doesn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can change your diet, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be working on you, because I tried all of them.
Correct.
The vegan, everything, didn't work. So
yeah, and so you were going during this time. You weren't feeling too well. You weren't eating too well. I remember when we were talking that you often were eating outside. And as everybody knows, typically to save money on the oils, typically the restaurants use some of the worst oils.
yeah.
So the majority of your meals kind of concerned me at that time, because I remember you're telling me you're eating there, here, and I'm like, well, that's all doused with vegetable oils. So tell me, what exactly changed? What happened that all of a sudden that you got curious and to say, okay, maybe I'm ready to make a change into my lifestyle or to what I'm eating? What exactly happened to you?
It's all been a transition because after the depressed period and the bad food and the overweight, and I was getting better psychologically, and then I went to Europe 2 months in Spain and France, and I thought I was not going to do any diet. I knew I was going to eat and drink a lot of wines and stuff, so I let go about all diet and I eat everything I could. Yeah, taking another extra weight of 2 or 3 kilo or 5 pounds, let's say.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, I was like on the plan to do something about exercise and good diet. And that's when I had the invitation to start with Danny and Petra, an offer that I could not refuse. So I went immediately at work with them. And from the first day, first week, I already knew that he was the good one.
I felt like it happened really quickly for you because I remember being really concerned or at least worried that you weren't going to like, this new way of eating, or that maybe you were going to be overwhelmed because you were going from someone who's eating lots of, refined carbohydrates and sugar to now a lot of meat and maybe just a few carbs and a few vegetables. And I was a little bit concerned that maybe you weren't going to adapt well, but I noticed right away you really thoroughly enjoyed from day one.
Yeah, because I enjoyed. There was no way I was going to drop it. I enjoyed more than my own food.
Right.
And it was like very good, very tasty, very pleasant, very, I don't know, but I feel like feed. I feel like no more anger because when I cut the carbs, it was amazing. The carbs, I was always hungry. I want to eat. I eat a big pasta. And then after an hour, I feel like my stomach is empty. And so it was pleasant, and even in the budget, it was very economic.
Right.
It was amazing how much good food I could have. It's always pleasant. So all my meal was a festival.
So would you disagree with the statement of that meat is expensive to source from the farm and to source grass-fed?
No. We had very good meat here, grass-fed, Costa Rica.
Very affordable, yeah.
Very affordable, and if I make a big steak, $8, and it would be one of my main meals, and a couple of eggs, I won't spend the $20 or the $30 I was spending every day in food.
Correct.
When I was eating out 2 times a day or 1 time a day, so I decided to eat at home 1 or 2 times. So I started with 2 times, and after a couple of months, I went to OMAD, 1 meal a day, naturally, because you feel fit. Your body doesn't ask anything because it's fed with the proteins and the fat from the animals, especially from the grass feed, and you feel perfect with a little avocado on the side and the eggs. I love eggs. I love meats. I love avocado.
Yeah.
So if I don't have it at least 15 times a week or 10 times a week, I have it actually.
Yeah.
So
I noticed, for many people, that's why we think that the Ancestral is usually the most balanced and provides the opportunity for people to have a variety.
Yeah.
Right. So aside from the meat and eggs and the animal based, what are other ingredients that you actually like to add on to here and there if you're feeling fancy, or what are other sources that you like to pair with your meat for the meals today that you're having?
Sometime on the side of the meat, I go and I buy white full chicken roasted and I eat it all in one day.
Yeah.
Half for the lunch, half for the dinner, which is too much.
Yeah.
I go like, why? I have my entire chicken. So once in a month, I please myself with a roasted chicken. I wish to add more fish here.
Okay.
We have fish, it's just like that doesn't come to my mind.
You're happy with beef?
I'm happy with beef, but I could have a fish fillet or,
of course,
or at least 2 times a week or 3 or 4 times. But I just doesn't come. I like salmon, but I don't trust salmon anymore, so I will not buy salmon because cheaper it is, bad it is.
Gotcha.
So, but I wish I could have a salmon on the grill and with eggs, with avocado, and I know it's good.
So you're mostly animal based, you would say?
Yeah, animal based, basically.
Yeah, that works best for you.
Sometime I've learned from Danny and Petra, I can have like some plantain, fries on ghee. So it's not external fat. It's the only fat I take actually is the ghee.
So you don't feel like you have any issues with having a variety? Like you're happy with the meat that you're eating and the food, and like you don't feel like you need to have anything else?
No, even it's not a lot of variety that I eat. It's always the same, but I don't get bored.
Yeah.
And what I'm amazed is I didn't eat one single pizza in
It's
6 months and one single plate of pasta in 6 months.
Congratulations, David.
I touch maybe 1 or 2 times rice. That's it. And 2, 3 times bread, but in 6 months,
Yeah.
I didn't have any burger. I didn't have French fries outside. I have
Yeah.
only my plantain in my butter.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm doing the right things by using ghee, butter, or ghee.
Yeah.
And I don't use olive oil because I don't eat salad, but I've been using the last of the bottle. Tomato,
It's amazing.
onions, avocado salad, and a piece of meat, or 2 burger with no bread. And if I'm very hungry, 2 or 3 eggs, fries or scrambles. That's a full meal. I don't need anything else. Yeah, I'm totally satiated. And then on the 6 hours time or 8 hours, if I feel a little bit light, I will add an entire avocado to get some fat in the stomach. And this will hold till the evening when I go to sleep pretty early. And so no breakfast the next day. No breakfast till 2 in the afternoon. On 12, my first meal.
Okay.
And sometime another little salad or avocado at 6 o'clock evening. So that's 1 meal or 2 meals, 2 small meals, yeah.
And obviously, aside from the weight loss, which has been quite tremendous.
Oh yeah, it's been amazing.
As much as you're comfortable with sharing, you can share. But aside from the weight loss, what else have you noticed that's not physical, that you can't really see, that you've experienced by changing your diet?
Yeah, there is a kind of detoxing. So I feel in my head a kind of buzzing or detoxing. I don't know if I can attribute to the diet, because I still drinking coffee. I try to drop the coffee, but then I come back to the coffee, which is very acidic. And so I have the goal to stop the coffee for long period, to see if it's happened. And this loss of weight is very stable. It's been from the beginning. It's been 4 pounds per month, regular. So almost 2 kilos per month. And 6 months, 24 pounds lost.
Wow.
So from 183, I went to 169, I think.
And I also believe that you were telling me about your waist size.
Oh yeah, the jeans, the clothes that I could not wear, so now I can put them.
So where did you go? Where were you from, and where did you go to?
I can't measure, but the size was between 34, 36 inches.
That's what you started at?
Yeah, and so all my 34 was very tight. And now we are 32, and he's loose. He's loose, 32.
Wow.
And I want to go to 30.
Wow.
I'm going to be 30 inches.
Incredible.
Yeah.
See, that's the only thing that sucks. You kind of lose all your clothes once you go through the war.
Yeah, I know.
You got to be prepared to spend
Thank
some
God
money.
I keep them, so I don't have to buy any, because I love
Right.
my clothes, and when they were too tight, I said, "Oh yeah, keep it in the side just in case," because it was always in my subconscious that I would come back to a normal weight because
Right.
I was overweight, and I
Right.
knew it's not normal. So I did something wrong. So when I feel ready, you repair. You get it back. So I keep my clothes and these jeans and my belt and my shirt, and now I can wear what I was wearing like 10, 15 years ago.
Wow. So in a way, this is reverse age for you.
Yeah, reverse, because I'm going to turn the 60 the next time. 60.
Wow. Wow, David. You do not look a day older than 40.
I'm much better than 45.
Yeah.
And I was like 45 to 55. I look
incredible.
Yeah, it's super nice.
All right, so I guess the final question is, if there's anyone out here that's watching that wants to improve their health, maybe they're suffering from some similar symptoms as you, David, do you have any words of advice for these people?
Yeah, I would say that when they say food is medicine, but the medicine is so controversial. You have doctor will say that, and doctor will say that. So you are lost. So you got to give it a try to this Ancestral, because basically you eat very few different foods. So the interference with your body will be less than if you eat big variety of food. So you don't know where is the benefits and where is the worst. And so with the basic food of beef or red meat, ghee will come from the cow, beef come from the cow, and cheese come from the cow, plus the eggs, which is an amazing food. When you have these four, you have a building block of 70 or 80% of food. I don't count the eggs, but the food from the beef is the food from the grass feed, and it's photosynthesis, which is the light in the green in the animal processing, and then you eat the caviar of the photosynthesis food. And it's amazing because it's exactly what you need: the better fat and the best protein. And it works magical.
Yeah, and it was bioavailable. So
and it's available, and when you reduce all the other food and you go away with the alcohol, forget about the alcohol. What the alcohol? You get away the pasta, the bread. I love the bread. I'm French. I like cheese, bread, wine, stuff. Okay, I can have it once in a while. But you give it away because you really want to invest into your health. And when you see that it works, so now you want to optimize. And then you make your routine, and then you can have your cheat meal once a week if you want. It will not affect, because basically you're 90% of super quality food, super quality fat, the best, the butter, the ghee, which we have the French paradox. We eat butter for lots of butter. We never had a cardiovascular disease.
Yeah.
And when the vegetable oils, all kind, I remember I had a burger restaurant, so I was using palm and all this oil from the peanuts and from the
seed oils.
Yeah, all the seed oils. When you raise them to 180 degrees Celsius, then you get damage, and then whatever you put in your body will be a fat that will not help your body. But the butter, we never had problem. So when they introduced the oils, veggie oils, to the French diet and to all over the world, Europe, Asian, and America, the cardiovascular disease start to appear like much more. So as a Frenchman, I keep my butter. Yes. I love my butter. I love my butter. I will keep going with butter all my life. It's the best. It's tasty. It's clean. It's you know how it comes from. And if you buy one which is not too much industrial, if you can find a raw butter,
straight from the farm,
and if you can buy we buy the ghee from grass feed too.
Correct.
And so we have the correct products. So it even works. And it's only 6 months. I can imagine in 1 year. In 1 year, my objective is to be 35 pounds less.